Hi guys, James here from Optics Warehouse, your night vision and hunting specialist, and today I'm just going to cover a bit more in depth something that was recently covered on one of our latest radio optics channels, and that is going through the brand new HIKMICROAlpex LRF 4K and the Arken Zulus 5-20 HD laser rangefinder. Both of them great scopes in their own right, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line through the list out the pros and cons of each one as to maybe what might be best for your situation. So without further ado, we'll just look at the scopes individually and then do like a sort of like combined sort of like what's best, etc. in different aspects. So Alpex 4K LRF, obviously been on the market now for a good couple of weeks. A lot of people have obviously received them. A lot of people have bought them. A lot of people have still got them on pre-order. As you can see, looks like a scope, mounts like a day scope, no issues at all, as it has done with the previous Alpex. New powder coating system, new menu system on the top, 18650 as a sort of spare battery inside, and obviously the new raised menu system on the top there, obviously making it nice and easy for you to use. Internally, you've got this sort of like half moon / square display, a nice wide field of view for the display, giving you that all-round image, as well as having the twilight capabilities that the previous Alpex had as well. So again, it's what you had previously, but just improved on top. Of course, the big thing, especially if you buy the well, it's not especially, only if you buy the laser rangefinder model, I should say, is of course the 1000-meter laser rangefinder with plus or minus 1 meter of accuracy. So all of that with a ballistic calculator inside as well. I've seen some fantastic videos on YouTube so far. I think I actually saw someone actually try to shoot something out of 580 yards the other day with the ballistic calculator on here, and it worked absolutely fine. So that just shows you, as long as you get the data right in the actual unit itself, you're not going to go wrong with that at all. Moving on to the Zulus. The Zulus is a much smaller, much more lightweight piece of kit. Offers high quality image, a nice field of view, nice screen inside, built-in illuminator, built-in laser rangefinder with an interchangeable pill on the end. So of course you can change that to 940 as well. Easy to access menu system on the top and a Picatinny rail on the side there if you want to put your own IR on there too. Nice and lightweight, so makes it more appealing to sort of like rimfires, air guns, etc. But as I say, this on a foxing setup you'd have no issue with at all. As I say, image quality, you are getting a higher resolution image. Yes, it may look like an older PARD MV008 SP, LRF, etc. But the sensor's twice as good in this one as it was in the original PARD MV008. So that's obviously just a quick rundown of each scope. Let's have a quick look at comparing the two and why you should perhaps pick one for your specific discipline. So first things price, well that's obviously a very important thing. So you look at the Alpex 4K LRF, that's coming in at £850, and then you're looking at the Zulus here, which comes in at £600. So automatically you're getting a much lower price with the Zulus, but as I say, obviously small compact chassis to it. There is going to be a 3-12 version of the Zulus coming out soon. That was confirmed. Obviously, some of you may have seen it at the British Shooting Show, as well as, of course, the multi-spectral version. It's going to be coming out as well with a price TBC. Both very exciting products coming out from Arken very soon. Internally, as I say, you've got a 2K sensor in the actual in the Zulus itself, whereas if you go to the Alpex 4K, as it states in the name, it is a 4K resolution sensor. So of course you are going to have the ability to, when you have got the actual 4K, you're going to have that ability to zoom in better and actually reduce pixelation more so than you would perhaps in the Zulus itself. Of course, this is all just me obviously rattling off just various specs and bits and pieces. I will of course get a video out showing both of them out in the field with the same IR, so I'll turn the IR off the actual Zulus itself. We'll have a look at the same IR, and then of course you guys can make an informed decision on that as well. Mounting wise, let's say mounting options, you are restricted with the Zulus to just a Picatinny, although there are dovetail mounts coming out soon too. The Alpex 4K, it is a 30mm tube, so you can put it on virtually any rifle system that you so desire, as long as you've got the 30mm rings to go with it. Battery systems, the Alpex is an internal battery system, but as I said, there is a spare 18650 that you can use, obviously just as an emergency. The Arken runs off an 18650 solely, just off the side there. Just be aware, of course, when you do buy the Zulus, you don't get an 18650 with it. However, it's probably one of the most common batteries you can come across, so it is readily available. Now, ballistics. Ballistics is a big point between these two. The Alpex 4K LRF, nice simple system. You can put multiple different ballistic profiles in your actual rifle scope itself. So you can have, so you say on rifle profile A, you can put like 2 or 3 different ballistic profiles. Let's say for example you're using a 243, and you want to use 55 grain for foxes or 58 grain, and then you want to use 95 or 100 grain for deer. Of course, the scope is versatile and capable of doing both. All you need to do is make sure you input the ballistic data for each one, and then make sure you select it when you go to do your various discipline. The Arken Zulus, the majority of it is done through the application, where you get a ballistic table come up as well, but you put your ballistic data in. Again, it plugs it through, syncs it through to the actual scope itself, and it gives you sort of like a holdover reticle to work with as well. So both of them have very, very efficient ballistic calculators and the laser rangefinders in there as well. What I would say these two probably represent is probably the 2 best day-night scopes currently on the market. As I say, both of them have their own sort of pros and cons as to what you might necessarily require. If I was to pick for a foxing rig, I'd probably pick the Alpex 4K LRF, purely because it's got the better eye relief of a day scope. It's simple to very quickly bring up and away you go sort of thing. The LRF is accessible, but it's not saying it's not on the Zulus. Nice and accessible, and it's a very simple scope just to use straight away. If I was doing it for rimfire, ratting or rabbiting on an air gun, etc., then I would pick the Zulus, purely because it's more of a weight thing, and of course it's more affordable. You want to keep it all within budget. So 600 quid to have a nice compact day-night scope on your actual rifle really does complement not only just obviously setup, but of course the whole aesthetic that you've got going on with the rifle and scope, so to speak. So I've gone through a few bits and pieces out. I'm not going to go on too long because obviously I don't want to bore you guys too much. But obviously I've gone through a few pros and cons of each one. It's just sort of like a brief overview. I will endeavour to get a video out, obviously showing you both of these in the daytime and in the night time. We'll get them set up on a couple of rifles. We'll have a bit of a play with them, and then hopefully you guys can obviously make your own sort of decision as to what you think is best. But as I say, I just wanted to highlight these two because I do genuinely think they are the best day-night scopes currently on the market. As well as this, that we had a lot of positive feedback from the British Shooting Show. These two quite clearly being our top 2 sellers there at the actual show itself. To the point where obviously people have seen it on social media, watched videos like this, etc., seen write-ups and whatnot, and I think the proof is very much in the pudding when you do get the chance to take these ones out. Both of these, of course, are available from ourselves. We're just, at the time of recording, we're just waiting for some more Alpex 4K LRFs to come in. We've got a couple of Zulus LRFs in, and we're going to get another shipment coming in very soon as well. As always, guys, if you've got any questions, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Leave any questions you've got below. We will endeavour to get back to you as soon as possible on them. Of course, if you do want to contact us directly, please don't forget to obviously drop us a line or drop us an email. We'll always be there to answer your questions. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been James, your night vision hunting specialist, and this has been another video from Optics Warehouse.